I had money sitting in my savings account whilst I convinced myself that investing was way too risky. Here's the mindset shift that took me from terrified to confident investor, and also made me realise that I'd been overthinking this way too much. I'm not going to lie, I was terrified of losing my money. I had this money sat there in the savings account I'd worked so hard for over the years, and the thought of me putting it in the stock market, I'm not going to lie, I was like, this doesn't feel right to me. Everything in me was just like, no, don't do it. And I genuinely thought that investing was just gambling my savings away. My name's Harriet if you've not seen me before, and I've built a multiple six-figure investment portfolio from scratch, and I also paid off my home early. And now I help first-time investors who are new to investing get started. So at first, when I started investing, I just started with whatever I could afford that month. I picked a platform. For example, there's loads out there. You've got Trading 212, you've got Vanguard, you've got Hargreaves Lansdown, and I could go on and on. So I just picked an account. It wasn't really planned. I was just like, let me just pick an account and let me invest whatever I had spare. However, when I got serious about investing and I found out what it could actually do for me and for my future, that's when a light bulb moment went off in my head. I was like, I need to get serious about this. And for me, that's when I had this massive mindset shift. I was like, okay, when I get paid, the government knows how to take their cut. I have to pay all of the bills, the rent, the tax, the electricity, whatever it is. And then I was paying myself last. And then I was like, that needs to stop right away. I need to make myself a priority. So I started paying myself first. Before anybody else got their hands on my money, I was like, I need to invest in myself. Because listen, the biggest investment that I could make was educating myself. The money that I put into learning about investing, it was absolutely priceless, because the money that I've made back on the information that I've learned is a fraction of the price of what I paid for the education. Let me be transparent here. When I didn't know what the heck I was doing with investments, I was like, oh no, I don't want to pay to kind of learn about this thing. I was like, let me see what kind of shortcut I can take. So I was like, right, let me pop on YouTube. Let me kind of like put this video together with that video. And I'm not going to lie, it was a whole heap of a mess. I needed proper guidance. When I first started investing, I was investing blindly. I'll put £100 in and then I'd log into the account the next week and then I'd see £80. And listen, I'm not a magician. I do not like to see my money disappear. But then I learned about market volatility, and all that means is the market goes up and it goes down. That's what the market does. And at first, when I didn't know what the heck I was doing, I was scared. I told you, I'm not a magician. My money does not need to disappear. I don't like that trick. But then when you understand that that's normal and that is part of the process, now when the market goes down, I'm like, oh yes, please. Stuff is on sale. And listen, I love a bargain. Now I'm the total opposite. I'm disappointed that I don't have even more money to invest because, as I said, everything is cheaper. Who doesn't like stuff when it is on sale? So that move from being fearful about investing to being excited about it, that only happened because I learned about how to invest my money properly. If you've got money in savings and you're ready to go from scared and stuck to confident and actually start investing, come and join me for my Investing for Beginners Masterclass. I walk you through exactly how to get started. Details to register is in my bio. Don't forget to like and follow for more.